Beach resorts along the Albanian coast are now home to hundreds of unexpected guests, Afghan refugees. They fled from Kabul after the Taliban took over in August and the U.S. withdrew its troops.
We aren't able to live there because they are looking for us.
Among them, 18-year-old Marwa Dashti. She tells me the Taliban killed her father in September. He was a journalist and activist.
My mom completely broke down, so I knew that anything I had to keep myself, so I could hold everyone until at least my elder brother comes in. So I just tried to stay strong, I guess, and all I thought about was how to get at least, not even myself, so at least my little brother and my mom to somewhere safer, and for them to have a future.
Since escaping Afghanistan, Marwa's been living in Albania. She's one of hundreds of Afghan refugees the country has taken in since the summer.
Where there are so many refugees and evacuees, so it feels like home in a way, because we have all these people here. It feels like home. And the best part was reuniting with my brother. We have a kitchen where my mom cooks.
But Marwa won't be the last to land here. Albania's prime minister told NBC News that his country is committed to bringing in up to 4,000 Afghan refugees while they wait for visas.
Basketball?
Most of them eligible to come to the U.S.
We have given an availability based on what we think we can reasonably do, and not through camps, because we refuse to build camps. Camps of refugees are dehumanizing for people and at the same time are disruptive for communities. We didn't do it to show to anyone what is right and what is wrong, but we did it because of who we are.
He says residents have largely supported housing Afghan refugees in hotels, a nation where nearly 1 million people were forced to flee their homes during the Kosovo War in the 90s.
Of course, 4,000 people is not enough to solve all the problem, but it's not a small number for a small country like Albania.
The timeline for when these refugees will be resettled is not clear, but Prime Minister Rama says he's in no rush for them to leave.
Albania was the first country in the world to say that it would receive Afghan evacuees when the U.S. announced its evacuations.
The living situations in Albania and most of the other countries are really good. I mean, we're really happy, we're really thankful, but in some cases, in some countries like Germany, we hear horrible stuff. My aunt, she's a green card holder of the United States. She had to live in a camp in a tent for nearly 3 months in Germany, which was really hard. She talks about it and it's really horrifying.
Refuge Point's CEO, Sasha Chanoff, says that even with the ideal living conditions, waiting in limbo for permanent resettlement can be psychologically brutal for refugees.
When you are ripped away from your country with a moment's notice and have to flee and find yourself in another country, you want to know as quickly as possible, what is my life going to look like? What are my children going to do? How am I going to feed myself? Can I do the things I was doing? Can I pursue the profession? Am I going to be who I was? Because people are desperate, more need to flee Afghanistan, evacuations are going on as I speak, and people need to find safe new homes in countries that will receive them. It's something that the global community has to come together around much more forcefully to find solutions for people.
Marwa and her family will stay here until they can permanently resettle in Canada, but she hopes to return to Afghanistan someday.
Is that your dream, to go back home one day?
Isn't that how would everyone else feel if they had to run out of their house, their home?
For now, Marwa's plan is to become a journalist like her father and to help educate Afghan women.
I have seen horrible things happen to women in my country. So just going back home and just restarting everything, that's a dream now, to make it better than before, hopefully.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.